Hello everyone, my name is Ninja. Welcome to today's video. Today I am doing a speed drawing of my OC Yellowflame Kitson, yellow for short. I also apologize for my voice and the sniffing. I am currently recovering from a cold, and it's also kind of cold in my room today. So without further ado, let's get into the drawing. And as you can tell, I am just doing the outline. I'm not actually sketching it. That's because when I do art on my phone, I sketch it out first traditionally and then take a picture of it. It just saves me the hassle and it's easier because you can't exactly get like a perfect sketch with your finger. It's very hard to like just get a perfect outline, as you'll see throughout today's video. So, a bit about Yellow. Yellow is 25 years old. He's a fox-stricken hybrid. He is very outgoing. He loves people, loves to meet new people, loves to talk. And he cares very deeply about his family and friends. He is selfless. He is also an orphan. He grew up on the streets for most of his life until he became a king. And with that, he was technically a king at the age of 8, but he wasn't crowned until he was 16, 17, till he's a bit older. He's also what's known as a defender. A defender is a young warrior who has been chosen by the 6 main elements. In Yellow's case, he was chosen to be the mediator between the 6, so like the leader. And their goal is to protect those who cannot protect themselves. I have like a whole storyline of that as well. I might share about that in another video. So basically, Yellow is a king and a defender, but he's not your typical king. He doesn't just sit on the throne and be king. He leads. Basically, his whole motto is, I am a father and a general before I'm a king. So basically, he will go out in the front lines, lead his men, and actually stay home and help his children when they are sick. And for his children, he has 20. Yes, I said 20. I gave him 20 kids. Why I gave him 20 kids, I have no idea. But anyways, he has 20 kids and he takes care of them, like when they're sick, he trains them. He basically is all around the best dad ever. And he also loves to sing and cook. He has what's called chocolate volcano. It's basically a recipe his father made up, and he's improved it, so like he has peach, apple, grapes, like a bunch of different flavors. I honestly want to try making this in real life, but I don't know what should be in it. I know there's a bunch of whipped cream, a bunch of like waffle type cookies, like if you've ever gone to like Cold Stone and such like that, they have like these waffle shells which are absolutely delicious, and a bunch of chocolate. That's pretty much all I know of it. It's like in a huge volcano like structure, and it's just absolutely amazing, at least in my imagination. He also likes to sing. He can play the guitar and sing. I personally cannot do either, so the fact that I made an OC that can is kind of pretty interesting. But I don't know, I just like imagining him sitting around singing songs. Like, 2 of the songs I know he sings are Wooden Toy Sword and King, Poet, and Soldier. I do not remember who sings the Wooden Toy Sword, but it's an absolutely beautiful song with a beautiful story, and it's just all around amazing. And the Poet, King, Soldier, I think, basically those 3 words. I think they're sung by Hellas. I cannot pronounce their name, but they too are also a beautiful melody, and it's just like an upbeat one with a violin and guitar, and I just absolutely love it. So right now I'm doing his clothing, and he has a bunch of different clothing. He has his traditional clothing, which is also his adventure clothing, which is like a green cape, orange shirt, and just some pants. You'll tell when I get to the coloring process that he has very bright colors, and they're very, very bright. I only, as of recently, learned that it's best to like change the color of your background to something not white, so your colors don't become so bright. But I'm still learning how to draw, and I can really only draw chibi poses without a base. And it's honestly very, very sad, but I'm learning, just like how I'm learning to become a YouTuber. I'm not sure if this will be an everyday occurrence, but I do know that I will probably be posting some YouTube videos in the future. So, what else? There's not really much else I can say about the line art. It's pretty boring, pretty slow, but I don't want to skip it because I think it's like just a better version than what I have done with the sketching, since I didn't videotape me doing that. And well, I guess I can. So with Yellow, he has his own powers because fantasy, why not? And one of those powers is what I call Britcon. It's basically a special ability that's only unique to his species, and in this ability, it's an eye ability. So basically, it lets the user see the magic and life energy level of other people and other creatures. So basically, when I say magic level, I'm like, say you have a wizard, you can see how strong that wizard is, and where the wizard gets his magic from. And life energy is pretty much the same as magic energy in my world, but I decided just to add it in there anyways. So this ability is mainly used for judges, basically. So basically this is the skill they would use. So it's not really meant to be a fighter ability, so as such, when he's older, I didn't show it in this chibi version because this is also like his child version, he has to wear specially made glasses that have a special magic enhancement that lets him see normally. So he has to wear glasses, and they're pretty cute, won't lie. So that's one of his powers. He also has fire, wind, because in my world dragons are natural fire users. You would think that they will be using wind because they fly, but nah, they use fire. And then foxes are wind, because yeah. So he can use those as well. Yellowflame, it's had a pretty rough backstory. I mean, I kind of touched on how he was an orphan, but I didn't really explain a whole lot. So basically, he was an orphan. His parents hid him away, trying to protect him as the kingdom was being sieged. Or well, I say siege, it was more of just a massacre, because it was done by one guy. So, Yellowflame lived his life on the streets. He did have his friends, and it's basically those friends and him become the defenders, and I have a whole story based on them, as well as I also have a whole story based on his parents. But he basically grew up with them and learned street smarts, hence why he's a different king. Like, he understands what his everyday life for his people is, so he tries to do his best to make it easier on them and just rule with a gentle hand, knowing what they're going through and what they have to do to survive. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much really else to tell about him. So I think I'm just going to let you guys watch the line art, and then I'll pop back in when we are doing the coloring. Yeah, see you guys then.
Hello sunshine, goodbye rain. Hello promise, I hope you're here to stay. Ain't nothing sweeter than welcoming new mercy every day. Hello sunshine, so glad you came. So so glad you came. Well, hello future, goodbye yesterday. Your grass is greener than anywhere I've laid. You turn these troubled eyes to watching all my troubles wash away. Hello future, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Hello purpose, how you've eluded me. I thought I'd find you in victory. I scaled the mountain just to find nobody beside me. Hello purpose, don't leave me be. Don't leave me be. I hope you understand. My last departure was never planned. I came up empty with everyone and everywhere I've been. Hello Jesus, I'm home again. I'm home again.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed watching the outline and enjoying the song. That song is Hello Future Me by Toby Mac. It's a really good song and he's a really great artist, and it's just all around amazing. So as you could saw, I did a little bit of the coloring, well, not recording. So basically I use the bucket when I do art, especially on digital. I use the bucket to fill in the larger spaces and then just like use my finger and just normally brush in the smaller bits. I also go around, make sure like it's to the edges, it's filled out, there's no white peeking through, just to make it look nicer. And like I said, he has very bright colors. You can tell, like bright yellow, bright red. But honestly, I guess that makes him unique. It's because he has brighter colors, and like you don't normally see characters with this color scheme normally. It's usually like just red or just yellow. So I like that because it's unique about him. But basically, when I do colors, especially when I do like two, I take the blur tool and just like blur the edges where they meet, so it looks like they're blended into each other. Even though they're not, it's sometimes a lazy way to do it. See, like now, you can tell that I just go over it and blur. Like, some may say it's lazy, I just say, find a creative way to work around tools you don't have. Because there is like no specific blending tool on this. So, yep, I just go around. I don't put yellow like everywhere on his hair, so like it's just stripes of yellow and red hair. I put it at the ends because one, that would realistically be happening and it doesn't look like there's too much detail. It's just nice and symmetrical, and it's just easier to follow with your eyes, and plus I just like it too. So yeah, and yep, then when I just put a little yellow there, I'm trying to remember if yep, alright, there we go. Yeah, and then the ends where it's just like poking behind its head, I do put yellow because the hair behind it also fades to yellow. Oh, I guess, apologies about that, my voice recording software cut out. Well, I shouldn't say software, it is a video editing app that lets me do voiceovers and lets me edit my video. I'm pretty sure you could already guess, but I'm doing this on my phone, so it's not really exactly the greatest. So you'll have to bear with me if stuff like that happens. So yeah, I'm just doing the different arts here, and yeah, there might be some things that pop up above my phone. You can just ignore those because they're not really important. And yeah, this is right now that's my original picture of a chibi I made. Like, that's the first ever chibi picture I ever made, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my it's very precious to me. So I'm using that as like a reference, and right now I'm doing the shading for my hair. So with shading, the way I do it is I put a light stripe of hair, like I make it a lighter color than the base color. Yep, I always put it on a new layer. I put it like towards the top-ish. So I do a lighter stripe, and then as you'll see, I do a darker stripe, and then I put sort of like a band of white, or just pure white. I blend it, and then I lower the opacity, so it's like it's not saturated, so like it's, I guess how to explain it would be it's faded more, so you don't really notice it. Like, you'll also notice the bright, because it's just like bright light, like white. It's just a way that I've always done my shadows, and I just really like it. It's not practical, and it's probably just weird, but this style actually came from watching Hatalia, and I'm not really going to explain Hatalia because it's weird, but I enjoyed it, so you can just go experience it for yourself if you would like. But yeah, I learned this style coming from Hatalia, and I just absolutely love it. So I'm doing that now. Yep, and white. So that's pretty much what I do, and then you'll see later on how I do backgrounds. I actually rarely do backgrounds. I'm kind of lazy with backgrounds, but like I wanted to try something different with this one, so I decided to use or do a background, and I'm actually pretty proud of the background with how I made it. Yeah, and then I just lowered the opacity, take the blur tool, and just blur it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I do for the hair shading. Lazy, I know. And I move on to like the skin and the clothes. Like, I just put down the base colors ish. So then it's just like base color, and then I kind of slowly do the shading. I don't do like gradients or anything because I'm still learning. And then here I'm just naming all my layers, so it'll just be a quicker way to name them. So yeah, I just name my layers, and as you can see, I'm doing the skin, and then I name the light outline. I've only recently started doing that just to help like get a better view on where things go, and just help keep them all organized. And as you can see, I made the skin way too dark, so I'm just lighting it up a bit more just to make it actually look like skin. I mean, it's still a bit dark, but yellow is tan, so I have to make it light or darker because tan. Then time for the slow, painstakingly mechanical outline the whites of the eye to make it look like an eye. And I will say that the eyes turned out to be my favorite part of the drawing. I recently found this tutorial on Pinterest that lets me do the eye color in a really, really cool way. And I'm sorry I do not know who made the tutorial, but it has really helped me a lot. So if you actually do know artist, please leave a comment down below and a link to their page so then people can go and see it. Then I think I'm gonna, yeah. So that's, oh yeah, and when I do ears for foxes, I didn't explain this during my outline, but I've learned that like you don't put them out straight on top of their head. Like I used to do that, but now I don't. And whenever I see that, it kind of just irritates me because I'm like, that's not where it goes. So for foxes' ears, I kind of give them more of like an elfish look. So it's like a bit smaller and a bit more on their side of the head. And then for wolves, like, yeah, I'm planning on doing one of my OZs. His name is Raven, or not Raven, excuse me, Baloo. See, I don't even remember some of my OCs. His name is Baloo, so basically, he is a wolf, and you'll see in that video, I hope to do it, that you'll see how that I do the wolf's ears like much bigger and much more poofier. And the fox's ears are smaller. I have yet to decide how I'm going to do the cat ears and like the bunny ears, but I will figure out a way soon. I just have to make a character that has cat ears, and I do have a character with cat ears, and I honestly really like them. They're amazing. And then yeah, for his outfit, he has like an orangish shirt that also has blue. And you will find that like sometimes when I do outfits, it's really weird outfits. So like, I would have like random colors that you wouldn't think would work together and just slap them together. So like here he has blue handcuffs or sleeves. His collar is blue, and then he has like a blue stripe going down where his buckles are. I do not know clothes fashion, so apologies if I say random words and mean something completely different. And here I'm just trying to color it in while not going outside the line. Like, sometimes I would just use the bucket tool, other times I would actually brush it in myself, like you see here. And yeah, it's pretty much like this for pretty much the entire thing. So I think I'm going to do like I did with the outline, let you finish watching the rest and then pop in when I am getting to the shadow in the background and talk more about that. Alright, enjoy.
I lace the boots up, it's straight to the door, cause this is worth fighting for. I get my head right, the heart's gotta follow. Whisper a prayer like there ain't no tomorrow. Take a breath, and I exhale slow. I wasn't made for this kind of cold. This ain't the kind of place that you wanna know. These are the elements, I'm telling you, bro. This world, it's up in my grill. This world, it's shooting to kill. This world always gotta be stealing my heart. This world always trying to rip my family apart. I'll fight the elements. I'll fight the elements. I got spirit, I got faith. I might bend, but I won't break. I'll fight the elements. And I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, I'ma go down swinging. If I go down. This ain't our home, nah, not even close. They camouflage like we fighting some ghosts. You start to doubt everything that you know. I feel the heat and it's starting to show. They try to break us, make us wanna give in. Lay down our arms, provocate us again. Lay down a fight, I could never relent. And I'ma take it all the way to the end. I'll fight the elements. I'll fight the elements. I got me see it for what it is. This ain't neutral we're up against. These elements push me to the fence, and then I end up on top of it, if I'm not careful. To recognize what is pushing in, open my eyes to these elements, stand up and rise to these elements. I'm willing to fight the elements.
Hey everyone, alright, I'm back, and as you can see, I've already started working on the background. So for the background, I decided to do like a bridge scene, and like I went through a couple different bridge designs. Like here, I'm just trying to figure out what color the bridge should be, because I want it to be like a concrete bridge, so it had to be like a lighter grayish color. And like I said, I hardly ever do backgrounds, so doing this background for yellow was a bit different and a bit hard, I will say. Like for the lighting in the sky, you'll see probably pretty soon that I had trouble trying to figure out what I want. And like I did a bunch of erasing, tried a bunch of different styles, until I decided just to try to follow this one cloud tutorial that I found, again on Pinterest. I don't know who made this one, but it's like a different person than who made the eye tutorial. Anyways, I just absolutely loved it. And yeah, so I pretty much go through the process and figure out what I want to do. And here I take a bunch of different pictures that I found on Pinterest. I pretty much find everything on Pinterest, and I just go through them, see what I like. Like, I take some time to study them, which is why there's such a long pause here, until I figure out what I want to do. So yeah, I would just study them and like zoom in. Like I wanted to do that type of style bridge, but I didn't know how. And I'll say when I got towards the background, I get sort of pretty lazy, and background takes a lot of time to do. So I honestly just sort of got lazy and just decided to just, do simple. Like later on you'll see I added bushes, then I just did a simple sky. And yeah, I did use sort of the same style I used for one of my older paintings, or excuse me, drawings. I just drew like sort of cobble style stones in the street, and I decided to use that style. Like I give them different shapes, don't make them so much symmetrical, and stuff like that. And like I don't do outlines on it because they're not supposed to be outlined, they're just supposed to be like dark shapes. And I know that this isn't technically how cobble looks, but it's how I kind of learned to do it, and I'm sure I'll get better over the years, but right now I just need to get into the habit of actually doing it. And then now I go through the areas and just fill them in, and I blur them so that it looks like they're part of the walkway. They don't take too much attention, because sometimes that happens. And for this one, it looked a little too long, so I just changed it a bit. So yeah, here you can tell I'm just changing it. Same color, just lower down. And same there. And yeah, I just keep going through the process here. And yeah, not really too much to say. For the bridge, I did try to do like a fence background, and once I'm done with this, you'll see what I tried to do, but it didn't turn out so great, so I just deleted it and got rid of it and then just added bushes. Pretty much all I did, but I did try. I gotta have credit for trying, right? And then, oh yeah, so I didn't do any outlines for the background, which is probably one of the reasons why it was absolutely terrible. But I did kind of do a sort of shadowish part, so you can tell that that's supposed to be the bridge. So I just took a brush and went one way all the way, and then the other way all the way back. And honestly, this process is pretty slow. But again, like I mentioned earlier on in this video, I didn't want to speed it up to so fast for glitches, so I just had to deal with it. Yep, all the way back. Going back was easier because then you kind of had already another one to follow. You didn't have to make it perfect, so you can just go whoop. Yep. Back. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, so you don't have to. So you can watch this, but you don't have to. So I'm just gonna skip ahead. Alrighty, I'm back, and I just want to apologize for like the terribleness of this and how it's like my recording and voiceovers are just all over the place. I am trying to figure out what I can do with only my phone. I don't have the best recording software. I can't record things on my computer, else I would completely do that. And I'm just trying to learn how YouTube works and how I can get my art on there. I'm not sure if I said this, but I've recently started to really get into art and start YouTube, or try to do my own YouTube channel. You can thank Jazza and Love to Draw Manga for that. They are two YouTubers that I absolutely love. I love their art style, I love the videos and content they made, and they're just absolutely amazing. So they also help to inspire me some and try to get back into the swings of things. So, but this is when I told you that I tried to do like a fence for this one. This is the terrible fence that didn't turn out, that didn't even look like a fence. Yeah, it was honestly, it was a great idea. I just couldn't figure out the execution, and I did try to use a reference, and I didn't want to trace because then I would be tracing, and I know tracing isn't bad, but I've already gotten a ton of slack. Like when I was on an art community, I got like a lot of backlash for tracing when I was new and like stuff like that. So I didn't try to trace the fence, and I honestly thought I could make it work. Nope, it just looked like we had planked woods. It honestly was absolutely terrible. But then I decided I'm just gonna go with bushes because I found this really cool leaf brush, and I used it before on one of my paintings. It keeps saying paintings, but it's their drawings, and it was just amazing, and I absolutely love it. So I'm like, you know what, let's do it again. And yeah. So I got rid of it, took some time to think, and yeah, and then like I said earlier, I also used a cloud-based tutorial to try to figure out the sky, and instead of following their type of clouds, I just did like 2 random clouds in the sky. Honestly, like I said, they're not the best, but they're decent. And yeah, that's it. Oh, now I remember. This part, I was trying to figure out if I should do a tree. I did try to do a tree, but I decided, nah, I didn't want to do a tree, and then change it to bushes. So bushes were technically the last part I decided to add to the bridge. And for the sky, I did do a bunch of different testers and tried to do the sun to add a light source. We could do shadows, but then I completely scrapped that. And then, yeah, background was kind of all over the place, and yet kind of not. So yeah, here you can tell I'm trying to do a tree. Yeah, it's not the best. So again, I apologize if my recording and this basically if everything is just complete wonkos, because I'm not the best at this, and I'm still learning, and yeah. Oh, here you go. Yep. This is where I decided to do just bushes, and yeah, you'll see that I basically did a base outline like that. Yes, my bushes are absolutely wonderful. Yep, yep. I added a new layer because layers! Everyone loves layers! And if you're a digital artist, you most likely know there's a bunch of layers. And then this one bush, I actually gave it a darker color, excuse me, so that it looked like it was behind the other bush and just looked different, so it would blend together into one giant bush. This is what I did, but you can still tell that like they're 2 separate bushes by the colors. And that's about it. So yeah, and then I do not have the premium app for this, so that's why there's a bunch of ads, locks, but don't worry, I paused it so you guys didn't have to deal with it, and then, oh, yep. This is the leaf brush I told you about. As you can tell, it's really handy and really nifty. I did do a couple different colors of this, so I did a light color for that one, a darker color for that one, or a lightish color. Yeah, you understand what I'm trying to say. But the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, yeah, those colors did not fit at all. So I got rid of them. Like, that one was way too light and just looked kind of ugly. So I got rid of them and did a different one instead, or a different color. So yeah, that was basically my thought process on the background. Yeah. And again, I'm gonna let you guys watch the rest of the background and pop in when I get to the shading and the eyes, because those are my favorite parts that I ever did. So yeah,
I lace the boots up, it's straight to the door, cause this is worth fighting for. I get my head right, the heart's gotta follow. Whisper a prayer like there ain't no tomorrow. Take a breath, and I exhale slow. I wasn't made for this kind of cold. This ain't the kind of place that you wanna know. These are the elements, I'm telling you, bro. This world, it's up in my grill. This world, it's shooting to kill. This world always gotta be stealing my heart. This world always trying to rip my family apart. I'll fight the elements. I'll fight the elements. I got spirit, I got faith. I might bend, but I won't break. I'll fight the elements. This ain't our home, nah, not even close. They camouflage like we fighting some ghosts. You start to doubt everything that you know. I feel the heat and it's starting to show. They try to break us, make us wanna give in. Lay down our arms, provocate us again. Lay down a fight, I could never relent. And I'ma take it all the way to the end. I'll fight the elements. I'll fight the elements. I got spirit, I got faith. I might bend, but I won't break. I'll fight the elements. And I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, 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 let's go! Father God, let me see it for what it is. This ain't neutral we're up against. These elements push me to the fence, and then I end up on top of it, if I'm not careful. To recognize what is pushing in, open my eyes to these elements. Stand up and rise to these elements. I'm willing to fight, the elements.
When I need motivation, my one solution is my queen, cause she stays strong. Yeah, yeah, she is always in my corner, right there when I wanna. All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone. And they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating? I'm like, no, not really, cause oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. She walks like a model. She grants my wishes like a genie in a bottle. Yeah, yeah, cause I'm the wizard of love, and I got the magic wand. All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone. And they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating? I'm like, no, not really, cause oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. She gives me love and affection. Baby, did I mention you're the only girl for me? No, I don't need a next one. Mama loves you too. She thinks I made the right selection. Now all that's left to do is just for me to pop the question. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found
throat, and I think I hate you. We made the same mistakes. Until the day I die, I spill my heart for you, until the day I die, I spill my heart for you, until the day I die.
Alright, so this is when I started doing the eyes, and like I said, the eyes and the shading are my favorite part, and also I hope you're enjoying the music I have for you. These are some of my favorite songs I have on my phone, so I hope you're enjoying them. And again, I apologize for this being all over the place. I'm still learning, so I hope you can bear with me. So with the eyes, I started out by just coloring in the color. So his eyes are like a very light blue. And as you can see, this is the eye tutorial, and I tried to get the name of the artist, but it didn't work. So again, if you know the artist who makes this eye tutorial, please leave a link to their Instagram or wherever they post their art. Yeah. So with that, their eye tutorial has like shading and such. So with the shading, it's like a darker color at the top and lighter at the bottom. So I tried to get that color as best as I could, and like I said, his eyes are like really light. They're like probably lighter than his hair, honestly, and his hair is very bright. So like they're supposed to be like the gems of his features. Like they're just very bright gems. And here I am trying to shade it, but I kept doing it wrong. So it kind of like does a curve, like loop, kind of like if you're making a pupil or a circle, you do like the bottom loop. And yeah, I finally realized that, so I tried doing something similar, but not making it too noticeable. And then with that, I just went with a lighter blue, but then it looked too light and like too blended in with the background. So I got rid of it. And here I'm realizing, oh wait, I have to do the other eye as well. So I decided to just get rid of them and then do like the two tops of both eyes and then the bottom of both eyes. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now, and I'm gonna keep going back to that tutorial, so that's always going to keep flashing up, and you're going to see a lot of it. And as you can tell, I tried to erase it and like, yeah. So here I'm doing the layer board. I did a lot of little retries to try and get it perfect. That one I actually almost got on the first try. I think I did this like twice. Nope. Almost about the same time I did the other one. So yeah, then I'm doing the shadow, which is darker. This one I actually use a darker blue, I use a darker blue color instead of taking the color and like make it bright, or taking the base color and just darkening it. I just use a completely different dark blue, and I actually really like it. Again, the eyes are my favorite part, and like I just really love this style. It makes them look so beautiful and so sparkly. So I just love them. So yeah, I did the shading on that, and then I went back and like looked at it and tried to like see where everything went. Like with the pupil, she doesn't have like a black pupil like you would expect. They had like a darker blue. Like it was the same color as the eye, but it was like dark and like not black. So I did that, did the little highlight, the gloss, and it was just all around beautiful. I had a fun time with the eyes, and I always have a fun time with the eyes. And I made sure that there was no like art or color leaking out. So like I just go over, make sure there's none out of the lines. And honestly, I think that my eyes have gotten way better than than the rest of my art, so it's like, what? Then the app I use for art on my phone has like this circle thing that lets you make a smooth circle, so I use that for the pupils when drawing them, so that it's, yeah, as you can see, so it's like not weird looking. And I actually used their oval shape to get more of an oval like look to it, and like I said, I really like them. So after I do the eyes, I work on the shading, and the shading took me a while to, or didn't take too long. Honestly, I got lazy towards the shading and just like, here's some shading. That's pretty much it. So really the eyes are like one of the things I spent the most on. So, but again, I really like them, and you'll see later on that for the sparkles towards the end, I just used a sparkle texture brush, and I really liked it. It was amazing. And you may have seen in the tutorial that she has like these little irises thingies going around it. I did that with when I first used this art style for the eyes. I did that then, but I didn't necessarily like it, so I decided to like not do it for yellow because I didn't want to have that. And then if you're wondering what type of brush I use for this little highlight and like those highlights in the back, I used an airbrush. At least used one of the mini airbrushes they have, and they're really handy for when you're trying to get like a soft look. I mean, if you're a digital artist, you probably already know this, but I just found it much easier. So yeah, I did that, and then so the way this artist does the highlights in the eye, it's a bit weird. And like it isn't like a natural highlight. It's just like this highlight that's sort of faded out grayish. So I did that, and then I did that for the shading of the eye as well. So like the overcast. I mean, you have to tell me how it turned out, and you have to tell me how, yeah, just tell me like in the comments how everything turned out. And like I said, I'm not a professional. I probably will never be a professional, but it's just fun to see. So yeah, I very much work on the eyes for a bit, and like we're getting close to the end because it's like 57 minutes long. Like this video will be like an hour long, but again, like I said, I didn't want to skip anything out. I wanted you to get the full thing. So I work on the eyes, do the shading in the background, and then I title it. And I think, again, I'm gonna drop out, have you watch the rest, and come in when it's done. And yeah, alright?
There's a million reasons to hesitate with a history that's filled with hate. Have we ever been United States? I wonder. So who can blame us for the doubt? Forgive me if I think out loud, but when justice just won't come around, you wonder. I was born with two dirty hands, something my daddy didn't understand, something his daddy didn't understand. So it starts with me.
I was raised with this trust in my heart. Mama told me we're worlds apart. Her mama told her don't even bother. So it starts with me. Cause we can be free, yeah, I know that. Let's try to fix the things that's been broken. We can be free, yeah, I know that. It starts with me. Cause we can be free, yeah, I know that. Let's try to fix the things that's been broken. We can be free, yeah, I know that. And it starts with me. With a heavy road in front of us, and a system that has lost our trust, can we ever find the strength to rise from ashes? Looking at the heart of it, the healing really can't begin without confessing. confession and forgiveness and compassion.
I was born with two dirty hands, something my daddy didn't understand, something his daddy didn't understand. So it starts with me.
I was raised with distrust in my heart. Mama told me we're worlds apart. Her mama told her don't even bother. So it starts with me. Cause we can be free, yeah, I know that. Let's try to fix the things that's been broken. We can be free, yeah, I know that. It starts with me. Cause we can be free, yeah, I know that. Let's try to fix the things that's been broken. We can be free, yeah, I know that. And it starts with me.
Tonight, love is gonna move the needle. I can feel it in my heart tonight. Oh yeah, can you feel it in your heart tonight? Love is gonna move the needle. I can feel it in my heart tonight. Oh yeah, can you feel it in your heart tonight? Love is gonna move the needle. I can feel it in my heart tonight. I can feel it in my heart tonight. I need you and you need me. One more step, we're almost free.
Almost free, almost free.
Said I need you and you need me. Father, give us eyes to see.
Hey, yeah, yeah. Give us eyes to see.
Cause we can be free, yeah, I know that. Let's try to fix the things that's been broken. We can be free, yeah, I know that. It starts with me. Cause we can be free, yeah, I know that. Let's try to fix the things that's been broken. We can be free, yeah, I know that. And it starts with me. This dream could set us free. This dream of you and me. We're one choice from together. And it starts with me. This dream could set us free. This dream of you and me. We're one choice from together. And it starts with me. You on my mind, I had a little time. I know we kinda overdue. Turning back the pages to our younger days, yeah, I could still imagine you. Booming like a thunder, chasing life with wonder. With fire I could light a room. Bottom kinda fell out, waited for the rebound, but you never made a move. When life cuts so deep, try and remember you're not alone. We've all been there. Scars come with living you. You're not alone. We've all been there. Oh, so lift your head, lift your head, lift your head to where your help comes from. Yeah, you're not alone. We've all been there. Scars come with living. Life ain't got no sequel. We all broken people. The only road to found is lost. Oversimplifying, ain't no shame in trying. Passion never counts the cost. Now you won't take my phone calls, you won't text me back at all. I just wanna see you, I can't stand to see you gone. Yesterday I missed you, yesterday I played your song. I'm oversimplifying, I'm oversimplifying. But try and remember you're not alone. We've all been there. Scars come with living you. You're not alone. We've all been there. Oh, so lift your head, lift your head, lift your head to where your help comes from. Yeah, you're not alone. We've all been there. Scars come with living. some battle scars. It doesn't matter who you are, this world gon' leave some battle scars. It doesn't matter who you are, this world gon' leave some battle scars. It doesn't matter who you are, this world gon' leave some battle scars. You're not alone, we've all been there. Scars come with living you. You're not alone, you're not alone. So lift your head up to where your help comes from. Lift your head up. Oh, scars come. So lift your head up to where your help comes from. Lift your head up. Oh, scars come. So lift your head. It doesn't matter who you are, this world gon' leave some battle scars. It doesn't matter who you are, this world gon' leave some battle scars. It doesn't matter who you are, this world gon' leave some battle scars. Well, I thought that I had seen most everything, and if jaded was a people, I'd be the king. So cold to what a brand new day could bring, so icy cold to all the wonder that should be moving me. Oh, but thinking you, hot like June, I'm jumping out my skin just trying to catch a view. You got me on the edge, got me on the edge of my seat. I can feel it rushing over me, I can feel it rushing over me. You got me on the edge, I am on the edge of my seat. I can feel it rushing over me, I can feel it rushing over me. Lost all my worries, feels like Christmas came early. Yeah, I could stay here day and night and never feel no hurry. Needless to mention, Lord, you got my attention. My eyes are wide with wonder, fiending for the soul ascension. Cause no one else is ever gonna do for me, ever gonna do for me what you do for me, yeah. Ain't no one ever gonna steal the mystery you put right in front of me, right in front of me, yeah. You got me on the edge, got me on the edge of my seat. I can feel it rushing over me, I can feel it rushing over me. You got me on the edge, I am on the edge of my seat. I can feel it rushing over me, I can feel it rushing over me. You got me on the edge, I am on the edge of my seat. I can feel the wonder rushing over me. You are opening my eyes, you're opening my eyes, Lord, to brand new possibilities. You are opening my eyes, you're opening my eyes, Lord, to brand new possibilities. You are opening my eyes, you're opening my eyes, Lord, to brand new possibilities. You are opening my eyes, you're opening my eyes, Lord, to brand new possibilities. Behold, I am doing a new thing in the land. It's springing forth. Do you perceive it? You got me on the edge, I am on the edge of my seat. I can feel it rushing over me, I can feel it rushing over me. You got me on the edge, I am on the edge of my seat. I can feel it rushing over me, I can feel it rushing over me. You got me on the edge, I am on the edge of my seat. I can feel it rushing over
convince those guys, my lord and master.
I'm trying, Genie.
Well, do it faster, let's be gone.
Look, guys, I know the other genie's big. Remember, he used to work for me.
In wasting time, we court disaster. Pick up that sword and strap it on.
Did I wish for a sword? Anybody hear me wish for a sword?
Fate blows her kiss, chills your heart, takes your
I don't even know if I believe in fate.
Fate feels like this. Play your part, this was planned. And lo, before you know, you grab your horse, you grab your gear, your moments now, your moments here. It's time for high adventure. You're off and riding, saber flashing. Your banner high, your molars gnashing. You feel so dashing on a high adventure. Get set to give some kind of thrashing, 'cause high adventure's in the air.
There's high adventure in the air, guys. Someone's out there, guys. Someone that...
Attaboy, Master, let on have it.
He's got a damsel in despair, guys. Heck, that's not fair, guys. And I'm mad.
Very good, Master. Gnash those teeth.
Fate blows her kiss, winks her eye, plots her scheme. Plots it for Babcock, Omar, and Cassim.
And so, we fight will go until it's through, until it ends. Here comes the Latin and his friends all on a high adventure. Their confrontation so exciting. They're playing music while we're fighting, scratching and biting on a high adventure. Feel that adrenaline igniting, 'cause high adventure's in the air. One more time, it's high adventure. I hope the stallions are stampeding, with all his wisdom ever leading.
My finger's bleeding.
Well, that's high adventure. What we've collectively been needing is high adventure in the air. Hark, something calls like a dream from afar. Calls out to Babcock, Cassim, and Omar. It's wait, the voice of fate. It calls to me, it calls to you and me, Aladdin and the crew all on a high adventure. Danger to danger, we go flying, completely unafraid of dying.
Oh, Mark, I'm crying.
This is high adventure. There's no ignoring or denying the kind of thrills that it's supplying, and the impact's electrifying. When high adventure's in the air. Proud of your boy, I'll make you proud of your boy. Believe me, bad as I've been, love, you're in for a pleasant surprise. I've wasted time, I've wasted me. So say I'm slow for my age, a late bloomer. Okay, I agree that I've been one rotten kid. Some sun, some pride, and some joy. But I'll get over these lousing up, messing up, screwing up times. You'll see, Ma, now comes the better part. Someone's gonna make good, cross his stupid heart. Make good and finally make you proud of your boy. Tell me that I've been a louse and a loafer. You won't get a fight here, no ma'am. Say I'm a gold brick, a goof off, no good, but that couldn't be all that I am. Water flows under the bridge, let it pass, let it go. There's no good reason that you should believe me, not yet. I know, but someday and soon I'll make you proud of your boy. Though I can't make myself taller or smarter or handsome or wise, I'll do my best, what else can I do? Since I wasn't born perfect like Dad or you. Mom, I will try hard to make you proud of your boy.
6 schools in 6 years, been kicked out of every place. Everything I ever do is wrong, never find where I belong. Everybody on my case. The same old story, the same old song. Don't act up, don't act down, be strong. I keep my head down, I keep my chin up, but it ends up all the same. With pack your bags, Percy, you're always to blame. I never try to do anything, I never mean to hurt anyone. I try to be a good kid, a good kid.
Alright, welcome back, and yep, as you can tell, it is getting close to finishing up right now. Right now I am just turning off all the layers and I like showing you one by one what I did. And you have the outline, the eyes, and I zoomed in on them. See how pretty they are? They're amazing. Then we have the clothes shooting, which honestly isn't much. Like I said, I kind of got bored towards the end, and like you have the colors and then you have the background. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I named it Yellowflame Kitson. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I want to thank you for watching and hope you have a good day and enjoy the video.